Well, hello once again. I am Dr. Jerry Dreessen, the Executive Director here at the AOPP, and I want to welcome you to another one of our Thursday lives. And if the technical gods are with us, we should be able to present to you today's live stream, which is our referral rocket. And basically, this is some steps that you can take to build relationships, alliances. There are, when you have these strategic alliances built with these other partners where they get to use your services, you get to use their services or help each other mutually. It's a symbiotic relationship. So we put together a 3-step process for you today. So our whole goal is helping you build physician, physical therapy, and vet alliances with your PEMF business. And so if there is a way that we can help you with that, if there's one cool morsel that you get out of today's live, let us know in the comments. Those of you that are watching the recording of this, hey, thanks for jumping on board. I know sometimes getting in on a live can be tough. But that's why we record these things and why you're watching the recording right now. But for those of you that are live, feel free to drop in a comment. And as I see them, I will answer them. All right. So here we go. Helping PEMF professionals build strong referral pipelines. And those would be solo practitioners, clinic owners, mobile operators, all of the things that we are as PEMF users. In section 1, why referrals matter. And as you know, building your pipeline or building your circle or your tribe, word of mouth is really powerful. And in fact, a lot of practitioners, once they've been around for a while, word of mouth spreads. And your biggest fans have the biggest ears, and they pick up the people talking about something, like, you know what, you need to go see blank, or here is their contact information, or here's their website. So word of mouth works really well. And when a medical provider, physical therapist, or vet office refers, it's also an implicit endorsement. So if you get somebody that's already vetted as an expert talking about you and referring you, that is as good of a hot referral, so to speak, as it goes. And they're already seeing your ideal client. So that's the other part of it. It's not a will they fit in my group of people that I do sessions on. They've been handed to you already vetted as a new client. So that's why it's really good to get out there and bridge the gap. And then, the question I have for you is, who would you love to get referrals from? A physical therapist, a vet, medical doctor, chiropractor, acupuncturist, naturopath. Who is the one in this group that you really sync with? Or who you already seeing, or who's already in your group, your networking group that you can reach out to. And oftentimes that's the best one to start with. If you've got nobody, then that means all of them, and you can do all of these things to all of them and find out what percentage you get as a return on your investment of your time and your smiling face. So section 2 is the 3-step outreach playbook. Step 1, find and frame. So identify the ideal partners. And also sometimes people that you're already working with have in their circle what's going on. So again, if you don't have anybody in this group to reach out to, you can say, while you're doing sessions, hey, who do you know that's a really good physical therapist in the area? Or do you see a physical therapist, or good massage therapist, or just ask somebody who is in their circle. And then also, when you start to talk to these people and you engage in a conversation, inside, if you already have, let's say, a chiropractor you're working with, they've not heard of PEMF or they've been interested in it, then you can reframe the conversation in how PEMF can help their outcome. Did you know that PEMF will help heal joints and muscles damage caused from whiplash injuries? And if you're interested, I have a PEMF device. I can bring it into your clinic. If you've got a small area that I can set up and do sessions on, I can, demonstrate what it is. If you've never heard of PEMF before, I can come into a demonstration. If you know what it is, hey, how'd you like me to come in on Mondays and Thursdays from 3 to 5, and I work specifically with your auto accident people or sprains and strains people or shoulder people or knee people or low back pain people or geriatric community. So you've got all of those options. They just need to know that you're out there. So section 2, as far as the 3-step outreach playbook, again, tailor the benefits. So physical therapists, it's like faster recovery. How'd you like to have the people that you work on have a faster recovery while they're going through this process? PEMF is great for ligaments. It's great for healing damaged muscles and ligaments that you've been trying to stretch out. It helps with the neurology and the blood flow. Again, with vets, chronic conditions, performance animals, work animals. My son, when he was doing PEMF, he went out and worked on a guy's dog that was the shepherder, and was laying around in the field. And after a few sessions, he was up running around, and he literally said, "You put the pup back into my dog." And, we've heard that phrase before, but actually hear an owner say that. And he was able to continue to use his dog for shepherding, but that's what that dog loved to do anyway. So, everybody won on that one. Medical doctors and chiropractors, if you're, approaching them, again, adjunct for pain or fatigue. Speed healing. If you're, wound center, there's, regrowing bones. So broken bones, you can go into ER and, talk about those kinds of things. But the big pro tip is not to sound salesy. So if you've got a elevator pitch, make sure that it isn't, I have X, you have Y, let's get together. Here's the call to action. You can restate how you are presenting what's going on and get a better output too. So the next part too is on the system as we're going into educate, introduce, and educate. So you can drop off a one-pager. There are, lots of examples that we can put together or have put together for our members. It's easy to grab the 5 W's, the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, and the how, along with your contact information. So email, phone number, website. Give that to a graphic person near you, and they can, put your brochure together for you. And that's what you drop off. You can offer to do a demo or a short in-service training to let them know what's going on. You can share your case studies. You can share our case studies. You can grab, if you've never done a broken bone before, I've got in our Rolodex of videos, my story with my client that was a piano player, doctorate degree, broke her shoulder, and we were able to heal that shoulder in half the time using PEMF. But you can share case studies, literature, client success stories that is in their field. So if you're working with animals, share an animal story before and after. All of those things work really well. If you can't fit it on a brochure, put it on a video and give them the link, kind of a thing. Instead of putting 1,000 words on a business card, have a QR code that takes them to where they can see what's going on. It might even be you saying, "Hi, this is me. This is what I do." So you can create a 30-second elevator pitch with you speaking turn that into a video, load that up on your YouTube channel, and then grab the link, turn it into a QR code, and have that QR code on your business card or on your brochure that you hand out. So there's lots of different ways to show people who you are and let them see your beautiful smiling face. As we get into some mini activation, again, show a sample handout or checklist live or offer DM and email it. So that was my cue to show you some of the things that we have here at the AOPP. And again, jump in on the membership side. I would love to engage in that conversation with you too. And also some of the emails that we share. Step 3, follow up and foster. So don't ghost after one meeting. So check in 2 to 3 weeks later. Leave with a new appointment. So there's a great book out there, Action Business Selling. And it's never end a conversation without the creation of a new one. So when you say goodbye to somebody, you leave with a next appointment. Versus like, okay, great, call me if you ever need me. It's like, hey, I will, I've got an opening in 2 weeks from now. How about if I come by, check in, and show you another example of what's going on, or hey, can I buy you lunch next week, those kinds of things. But always leave with a new scheduled meeting, and then always circle back with gratitude when they refer. And those are some things that you can do too. You can grab their email, put them on a monthly email list, get them in some kind of a feed and fish program. Let's see here, newsletters, yes. And then the other thing too is if they do send you somebody, make sure you give them a thank you. And there's lots of different systems that are out there. Some of them, if they give you one referral, you give them a certain thing, and after 5 referrals, then it goes up to the next level of thank you, and 10 referrals, up to the next level. So if you want to reward people with gifts or handwritten cards, all of that works really well. Just acknowledging them that they took time to send somebody your way. So some bonus tips and boundaries, again, respect the scope. Don't over promise or overstep what they're doing. Where you elbow your way and you're doing a good job, Doc, but have you ever considered doing blank instead? And if you don't know them, you're definitely working your way out the door as opposed to in the door. But also avoid kickbacks, and just say, it's a service for a fee. It's not a send me some people, and for every person you send me, I'll give you X dollars kind of a thing. It needs to stay referral only, referral to referral. You can refer them some people too, or animals. But then also use mutual clients to build trust and share feedback. But again, this is probably something you already know. And then also consider co-marketing. You can do a health talk somewhere, or if somebody's doing a health talk, you can approach them and say, hey, can I, partner up with you on your health talk and talk about PEMF, or, the two of you get together and approach a market where you can give a health talk. Or again, like with Rotary, they're always looking for speakers, and, you can talk to the person in charge of presentations and ask if they have, a healthcare professional that's already a member, and maybe you can team up with them and do a co-presentation, even on the digital side. So podcast, events, blogs, all of those things. And then again, when you talk about the things that you're doing, this is kind of a callback. People are like, well, what is it that you do and how do you do it? And those are some of the things that we talk about on schedules. This is a quick callback from our last presentation, where you can have something like this where, as you're educating them, they don't know about treatment times or anything like that, or session times. and ages. So on the human side of it, this is a really good slide to bring back. But just remember that referrals are built on trust and use strategy, not spam. You can definitely get a lot more people in your network and rooting for you once they realize who you are and what you're all about. And again, the biggest issue some people have is they jump in front of somebody's face and they push their product. And if you lead with expertise and you lead with knowledge and you lead with results, anybody here in this group that we're talking about as far as reaching out to providers is gonna listen and want to be a part of that. Some of them, if they're corporate, they go, oh, we got to bounce this off corporate first. So probably your best reach out is to somebody that's in practice on their own. It doesn't belong to a big conglomerate to start with and to get a foot in. But I mean, if you know somebody and you're good friends with them, go ahead and make that presentation. And if they want you, they'll do, whatever's needed to break through that barrier and to bring you on board. Or if anything, you are now a source of referral for them. So if they've got somebody, let's say that they damaged their knee, they'll want to send them out to you for 3 or 4 sessions. And then you can bring them back, or you can co-treat. So that is today's live stream. My apologies. Last week we had pretty much kind of the same problem I had this morning too, which is why I was late. But I am working with the people that put this wonderful live streaming product together and making sure that we can't get this system up and running without it crashing. It might just be a new update. So with that, I want to thank all of you for your time today. Some things that you can do to help us out here at the AOPP. Again, like and share this video. Go over to YouTube and like and share that one. If you have LinkedIn, we have a AOPP LinkedIn business page. So again, jump in there and like it and share. Spread the word. Also tag yourself in it so people can see you, and you'll get a little bit of link juice love, I guess is the way to put it. But you can also accelerate yourself by linking to us and getting some backlinks from us too. Always, we have our membership side, or members only, so you can drop in there and ask any questions outside of this public group that we're on. And our code of ethics, those of you that are watching us for the first time, want to know a little bit more about us, this is our code of ethics that is on our website. Again, we're all about helping you out. We're also all about what's going on in the PEMF world, what's new and exciting, what is happening in the regulatory side. We are your voice on the political side too. So that's part of our big reason why we're here too, is to help promote PEMF and to keep it outside of the hands of somebody that can just tear it apart and put the Iron Curtain on it. So we want to make sure that we keep those people alert and alive to what we're doing. So again, if you're thinking about becoming a member, check us out, PEMFprofessionals.com. If you have any questions or tips, always drop them in, email them to us, info@PEMFprofessionals.com. Lauren and myself see emails coming in all the time, and we reach out to you with any answers to questions that you have. So again, with that, thank you so much today, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And check our feeds so you can see what the topic will be about next week. All right, take care. Bye.